Welcome everyone. This is the first session that Gator, me, Neo, and Ardian are hosting. This is officially via the Energy Web channel, but it's good to reiterate that this is a community initiative, meaning that we have set this up as our own idea. And what we're going to do is we're going to share with you what we believe is going on in Energy Web and what we have found out about Energy Web, about partnerships, about potential relations between companies, etc. So for this session, and this is the first session that we're actually going to do via our Discord channel in Energy Web, we want to make a brand new start. And we had the idea today of joining this talk to discuss renewable energy certificates with you guys. And renewable energy certificates for Energy Web have been a major part of their marketing and of their go-to-market strategy. And you can see that in a lot of different initiatives. So we will briefly discuss that in this session for the different countries that this is going on in. And we have a really nice idea, in my opinion, to show on a map, on an interactive map, where and in which countries renewable energy certificates or related solutions are being deployed. And this should give us an overall idea of what is going on in the Energy Web ecosystem. Renewable energy certificates are not the only thing that is related to this. Lately, you see a lot of different talk going on about carbon credits and tokenizing these. And we believe that tokenized carbon credits, this market is actually expanding to renewable energy certificates. You already see it popping up, the renewable energy certificates being tokenized by several smaller industry participants. But Energy Web is by far the biggest one in that. And we will show that with that map that we just discussed. Guarantees of origin are actually something that is very similar to renewable energy certificates. So we will also, when we discuss other terms like guarantees of origin goes, or IRECs, international renewable energy certificates, DRECs, decentralized renewable energy certificates, EX, time-based energy attribute certificates, etc. We will explain what these are when we can. And we will go into a bit more detail about what these can do for Energy Web and how they come back. Because due to the fact that there is different terms being used, it might be a little bit confusing as to the fact that these are all the same or in the same sector. The same is actually going on if you look at, for example, the green proofs. Green proofs is nothing more and nothing less but accounting for the green energy that is being produced and that is being used by another company or by the company itself. So with that having said, and having introduced the topic for today, I would like to start the session and like to start with what we had in mind. Neo will in a minute talk about RECs and IREC Foundation and REC marketplaces that he found out about. So we can start with that.
Just to make sure, just asked a nice question. So guys know, this is our own views. It's not official from the Energy Web. They just helped us with the Discord channel.
Yes, exactly. That's very good to reiterate here. Thanks for that. What I also wanted to ask you guys, and that is just a general question, you can answer via chat if you want to. I was curious if people recognize that Ardian has made this really nice riddle underneath the poster that we created. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. The riddle was clean energy, a worthy cause, traded and verified without any flaws. What am I? And that was a hint to today's topic. Just a small challenge for you guys. If you hadn't seen it, next times we will definitely do something similar when we have the chance or have a good idea regarding that. And we would look forward to you guys guessing what the next topic will be. We're always open to topic suggestions as well, by the way. So with that said, Neo, you had some topics that you did some digging into, right, regarding renewable energy certificates. Would you like to start a little bit with that?
Yes, of course. Today our main topic is the renewable energy certificates and how the Energy Web is utilizing these on their solutions, especially on the green proofs. First of all, what is the renewable energy certificates at all? Gator point out some different names like DREX, IREX, but basically REX are market-based certificates representing 1 megawatt hour of renewable power generated and delivered to the grid. So with the Energy Web tech stack, companies can trade or issue these RECs with smart contracts or match these with their energy consumptions. Before go deep, we should also briefly talk about the International REC Standard Foundation, which is the member of the Energy Web. They actually provide a standard for developing attribute tracking systems, and they also acknowledged by major reporting frameworks, such as the most important one, maybe Greenhouse Gas Protocol. So they represent a globally recognized standard, which is often referred to as IREC, and they are in partnership with the Energy Web, and they are a long-term member. So this partnership can actually bring lots of opportunities to increase the adoption of the decentralized solutions on the energy markets. Now I want to show you some visuals on that. I will screen my share so you can follow me on there. First of all, I will talk about Photon. Let me screen my share. Let me share my screen. So, okay. I believe everyone can see it.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, this is the map of Turkey, and these are the devices connected with the Photon's IREC marketplace. Photon is one of the IREC issuers, and they developed a renewable energy certificates market in Turkey on the Energy Web tech stack. More specifically, they are using Energy Web Origin, as you see. Their solution already widely adopted by the tens of energy companies in Turkey, so it's live and ready, as you see. This is a demo version, I believe, not the full one. And we will check it. This is the map. These are the devices connected with the market. They are producing renewable energy.
I have to ask.
Yes, ask it, bro.
Is this Photon application public initiative or a private one? Is it funded on your way from the government or no? It has just private.
It's private, but it's also getting help from the government. So
yeah, is it endorsed by the government?
yes, it's endorsed by the government.
Okay, nice.
So you can see all these devices, right? I don't know, tens of them. So we have the exchange here. You can select your device type: solar, wind, hydroelectric, liquid. I don't know what is liquid. So, and you can select all these companies integrated with the market, and you can trade or buy renewable energy certificates via this marketplace, IREC marketplace. So what's next? Then we have the PTT, another validator. They are based on Thailand. Let's see their app. Their app called React, another IREC marketplace. They develop with Green Certificate Company, and this is a Thailand nationwide IREC marketplace on Energy Web tech stack. So it is, you can see, I believe. You can trade digital power purchase agreements, PPAs, energy attribute certificates, and also you can use these renewable energy certificates, green EV, electric vehicle charging. So these certificates have lots of utilities on the energy sector, and on the energy sector, and the Energy Web is developing decentralized solutions to unlock the potential more broadly. Let me give you another example. Actually, I closed my screen share, but let me open again. I want to talk about it.
Just so I share. PTT is the Petroleum Authority of Thailand, right?
Yes.
Government public corporation.
Yes, exactly, Ardian. Do you want to add something on PTT's IREC marketplace?
I just knew it was a public company, a state-owned company, and now they are multinational, I think.
Yeah, probably you are right. I believe you digged a lot on that. So we have Vodafone, decentralized asset broker, and Vodafone Energy Web Member, long-term Energy Web Member, released their Economy of Things platform in UK called Vodafone Digital Asset Broker, as you see. Their first use case is the digitalized electric vehicle charging. They assign DIDs, decentralized identifiers, to their charging stations and electric vehicles. These decentralized identities interact as the user charges their electric vehicle, and MasterCard provides the payment solution, and the amount of the energy used for charging is matching with tokenized renewable energy certificates on the Energy Web chain. It's a great real-world use case for the Energy Web screen proofs, I believe. So we can see that MasterCard, Vodafone partnership with MasterCard and Energy Web, I believe everyone joined in session already know that, and we are bullish on this. And this is basically what I will share for now, at least for now, today. Now I'm passing to Ardian. I believe he has a lot of exciting stuff to share with you.
Yes, definitely. There's a really good treat coming up near the end of this session, I believe, and also some other stuff by Ardian. I just wanted to share with the rest of the group here. We just talked briefly about the DApp solution by Vodafone, and what Neo showed here is, in my opinion, really cool, because this whole thing around, and this is maybe a little bit of a sidetrack from Rex, but it's really closely related, because if you look at the DApp solution, and if you look at what Vodafone is doing with Energy Web, if you look at what Keegan and Core is doing with Energy Web, you can see that they have these SIM-based solutions where you can use these to anchor a digital identity to a device or a machine, and you can, or to an energy asset actually. And when you do that, when you tie these to a machine or to a renewable energy asset, meaning solar panels, meaning windmills, meaning hydrogen generating plants, anything else really that generates electricity, then you can really go into some really new use cases. So you should be thinking about people owning solar panels on their houses, and they generate renewable energy certificates on site within their house, just like a smart meter, as they produced energy, real time, live. That is actually, and I'm gonna hand it over to Ardian in a bit again, but that is actually really cool, because what it can do, you at your own house, you can generate renewable energy certificates without having to do anything for it. They get automatically generated based on the electricity you produce, your solar panels produce. You can sell these, or these renewable energy certificates get sent to an aggregating organization, mostly an energy company. For example, Elia Group. They aggregate these renewable energy certificates that are generated at your house, in your factory, whatever location or site you have, and they can then be sold to companies to offset their emissions. So you can monetize that. You can monetize your own solar panels by selling these renewable energy certificates, and that is really cool in my opinion.
Yeah, as Gator said.
Before you, Ardian, can I interrupt you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Jiroen, I guess, asked on the chat, are these projects live on EWC or on Volta? So these are live on Volta, actually, because of the regulations.
On the testnet.
Actually, lack of regulations. I confirmed that they are ready to go live on EWC main net, but because lack of regulations, they are currently live on Volta testnet.
Okay. Sure. So the two you shared are live on the testnet only, but I have some cool and exciting projects that maybe some that follow us know, that are regulated, but I'm not sure if they are live on testnet or on the mainnet. But I know they are regulated because some of them are government initiated and have government backings. For example, on 2018, the Singapore largest SP group started as they called it, the first blockchain-powered renewable energy certificate marketplace, and one of the largest banks on Singapore, and one of the largest on Asia, the DBS Bank, also joined this marketplace. Also, on 2022, Uruguay, the grid operator and the Ministry of Industry, Energy and Mining also developed a renewable energy certification system, all on top of the Energy Web. And here I will share a link. If Gator, can you open the map and can you share this on the screen? Gator, can you hear me?
Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
Yes, I can open this. I can open the screen and the map. I was just my topography might be something to laugh about. So just looking up some.
And color the countries we mentioned. We already mentioned Turkey. We mentioned Thailand.
Thailand, yes, I colored these already.
Yeah.
I need to see if I can enlarge the map because it's a little bit difficult searching this way.
We will help you if you are not good in geography.
I should be possibly, but you know, everybody's got his flaws, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess Gators only know the rivers and the waters.
I'm living under the energy web stone. There's nothing else in my life, so
try to open this link I shared.
yes, I'll share my screen just a second. Okay.
You can see under the website. You can see.
This is good, right?
Yeah, open the link I just shared in the chat. Yeah, here.
Yes.
Go down on the end of the page.
So translate this somewhere, or what is this?
Just go to the end of the page. Go down to the end.
Here?
Yeah, a little bit more. You can see a little bit more. You can see powered by Energy Web.
That's what you were
Ministry of Energy, Industry and Mining of Uruguay. This was endorsed by the government of Uruguay, and it's planned. I don't know if it's live on the Energy Web or no, but it was planned to launch on the Energy Web and to make the entire system of renewable energy and energy buyers entirely on the Energy Web. Besides that, we also have the Japan. When just last year, the Japan Electric Power Exchange, tasked by the Japanese government, opened a non-fossil fuels certificate, so just like REX, but they called it non-fossil fuels, and it's planned to start on the Energy Web.
Yeah, that's funny because you know I've seen so many different definitions pass by of these certificates, and now they call it non-fossil fuel certificates.
Yeah, new one. Right?
That's like calling some kind of car certificate a non-bicycle certificate or something like that. Well, I mean, to me that doesn't really make much sense to name it like that. But
Every
anyway.
company add another new name, right?
Yeah, fair enough. They all want to press their own stamp on it, I guess.
The American Electric, also from El Salvador, has launched its IRX certificate on the Energy Web also on 2020. We have a lot more. For example, DINA, the German federal agency, they also plan to launch on the Energy Web.
This is actually a registry for identities, right? And does this also tie in, because this is distributed energy resources?
Yes.
Yes. So that means, like I just mentioned, you know, with these distributed energy resources like solar panels, like windmills, you can generate renewable energy certificates on site, live, as they go, right? So they're time-based, produced as the energy is produced. And that is what these distributed energy resources can be used for, and that is what these digital identities can tie into. But is this also focused on renewable energy certificates or simply on the registration of these assets?
I have something excited for this. The digital identity registry, or a passport, you can call it. I mentioned 3 or 4 days ago about a possibly proof of concept coming live on Energy Web, or just the proof of concept coming live. And I was talking about the Global Battery Alliance. I shared the thread some
Big one.
time ago, but they are building they are founded by WEF on 2017, the World Economic Forum, to help establish a sustainable battery value chain by 2030, and they are quite a big alliance with 100 plus members from Tesla, BMW, some of the biggest German banks.
What did you say, Tesla?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, this is quite funny. The part where they are helping the Energy Web is helping this alliance is with battery passports. It's a digital ID where they help to give every battery a digital passport, and help everyone to connect to the battery, and so. And the fun thing is that on the committee, the management committee, Tesla, and another Quebec company is on the co-chair. But yeah, there are some big names like WEF, World Economic Forum, Honda, what else? Audi, a lot of big names.
You have that video recording, right? There's a small video with Jesse saying that. I was looking for it for you. Can we share that with the rest of the people
now I
here?
am
I'll share
sharing my screen, by the way. You can see all the supporters on Global Battery Alliance. And here, okay, you can go.
Yes, you can look at me. You have some big names.
Yeah, that's a huge list.
Yes, more than 100 companies, I believe.
And this alliance is going to start a proof of concept exactly on Davos this week or next. When is it? I forgot. And they will start the battery passport exactly where Energy Web is helping. This may be speculative. I'm not sure if this is Energy Web right now, but please, Gator, I shared a link. You can open that link and share the video when Jesse what they are doing with EasyBet, the Fluvius.
Yes. I will share that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because also for the ones who will listen to this later on Spotify when we place it there, and on YouTube, which we plan to do as well, it would be good if we play this so that they can hear it as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna play this briefly.
We launched a new, and we're.
Well,
this is a good version. I just got the part where he mentioned it, so you can find the entire video on the Energy Web MA. You can find the link on the tweet.
Exactly. So this is how we actually found that back, because Jesse mentioned it in one of the AMAs in the past, and as you can tell, this was Walter Cox still being present in that meeting. So it's an older AMA session. But now it seems that things are coming to fruition. So you can see that now at Davos, at this event, that is where this will happen and where Energy Web's involvement has actually crystallized. And let's listen to what he is saying. Jesse.
We launched a new, and we're now working with groups like the Global Battery Alliance to scale this application globally. Called EasyBat, which is focused on giving batteries an identity to manage them throughout their life cycle. We launched a new, and we're now working with.
All right, that was on repeat. So what he is saying is that they are working with the Global Battery Alliance, and that is something that they already discussed that quite some time ago, that they're working with the Global Battery Alliance. This video was placed by Ardian on the 3rd of September, but the actual session was from, I believe, it was, I have the session here, somewhere a year ago already, in May 2021.
You can find the full length video of that good part, because it actually mentioned right behind the EasyBet, creating battery passports for EasyBet. They mentioned, and we have teamed with the Global Battery Alliance to scale this globally. He mentioned that. If you can start that, it would be good for for the video, but yeah, we can just edit it for the Spotify.
Yeah, so just go to the full video, right? That's what you meant to say.
Yeah, it didn't mention the whole part.
Okay.
You can find it's a lengthy video.
Where? 5 minutes?
No, I'm not sure of the time. I forgot. This was a few months back.
Okay, it's the Energy Web AMA 10th of May 2021. So if you want to look it up later, you can view it from there. Then I will not play that part presently. What I did realize, by the way, and I didn't tell you guys that yet either, but since you just mentioned and Jesse mentioned EasyBat in that AMA session from back then, and you mentioned the Global Battery Alliance event and being present in Davos in the coming week, we expect that from that side we will get some news soon. And like Neo also showed on his screen sharing when he was sharing his screen, is that there's a long list of members of that Global Battery Alliance, and Tesla is a part of that. We found multiple links again to Tesla, and of course this is a really hyped topic, right? I mean, I saw Troll Faces already mentioned that we named Tesla, we dropped the name again. Yes, we did. Yes, there's a lot of connections, and yes, it's overly hyped maybe, these references, but in this case there is actual ties to it again. So I'm really happy about that and enthusiastic about it. I also realized, and I was looking at EasyBat, and I'm not sure if I can find that. Let me try. But I know that there is a follow-up coming to EasyBat, and actually this is also new information to most people, I guess. So I'm just going to share my screen again. Because what is really cool and what I'm actually going to write about is this. 1 month ago, only 29 views, Fujitsu Belgium. Bart Koelis, business developer at Fluvius, discusses what EasyBat is and how it is being powered by blockchain technology, a lifecycle digital passport for home batteries.
Familiar name. Bart.
I think I know.
I know. I think everyone is know him.
Yes.
Energy Web.
But what he is saying here in this session, and it was published 1 month ago, is that a follow-up is coming, and that EasyBat was successful, and that more stuff is gonna come. So you can see it here.
Yeah, that's
again. And there is a follow-up to it. There's multiple things in here that is very interesting to watch, and it's they have nested digital identifiers in there. I know that there's a sort of V2 coming, so a continuation, and this is perfectly in line with the Global Battery Alliance. So also regarding this, I expect more news coming soon. Nobody seems to have watched this here yet. So from this group, I'll just share it in the Discord channel chat, and you can take a look at it. This is really, these are 2 news scoops, I believe, in the battery sector that are really interesting to watch. I found other stuff as well regarding that specific event of Fujitsu Belgium and the Global Battery Alliance and how it ties in. So expect some news on that end by the Energy Web team is what I would say. But that's just a hunch based on the present events and the fact that we didn't hear about these guys for about a year now. So it seems like a great moment to get to some new information about that.
Yeah, I was waiting to Salt Pole Global's DREC initiative from you, actually. I was waiting.
Yeah, that was a great find from you, Gator.
Thanks. And from you for the Global Battery Alliance. I mean, that one I didn't find yet, so it's great to see this connected now. Indeed, Neo, what you said regarding the South Pole Global and FlexiDAO is these are 2 topics that I wanted to say something about as well. Because what we just discussed, EasyBat and Global Battery Alliance, these are things that don't really tie into the topic that we had in mind for today, but we did want to give you guys that news scoop. So we're already talking for almost half an hour, I believe. Yeah, a bit more than half an hour. But what I wanted to discuss is the next topics. And I think when you follow my account, you may have seen me talk about the South Pole Global DREC initiative. If you don't recall that, I'll share my screen and read it aloud so that people can see what it was about again. So back in November 2022, I wrote something about South Pole Global. South Pole Global, for the ones who don't know it, is an international organization focused around the energy transition and international research into the energy transition. They set up the DREC initiative, the Decentralized Renewable Energy Certificate Initiative, and this ties into what I was so enthusiastically telling about earlier. The fact that people can generate renewable energy certificates automated via smart meters integration, and generate these renewable energy certificates on a blockchain, meaning on EnergyWeb blockchain, and meaning that these certificates can immediately materialize and be sold on a marketplace. In my opinion, it's very bullish because as you identify a decentralized energy asset, if this asset is registered, identified, and people know that it is a solar panel or a windmill, all the electricity generated can be turned into renewable energy certificates in a decentralized manner, so individually on site, live. And that way you prevent any double counting, any double spending. It's like a digital ticket on a blockchain. So if you transfer ownership of that certificate, it gets sent out of that person's wallet into the other person's wallet, the buyer, and it's no longer, you can't replicate that. You can't falsify it, because if you have, for example, say you do it with another solution, say you do this with a barcode, say you do this with a normal ticketing system, you recall if you have a QR code, you can scan that, you can screenshot it on your phone, and you can use it elsewhere. You can take your ticket anywhere. You can make copies of it. Any certificate can be made a copy of. But if you have a renewable energy asset, you have solar panels on your roof, and you generate renewable energy certificates live with the kilowatt hours that you produce, you sell that certificate on blockchain as a digital ticket on a blockchain, then the ownership gets transferred and there's no way you can copy that. So you prevent double counting in itself. And I think that is one of the most powerful tools that you can see in the renewable energy sector. And it's also one of the more powerful tools, even more powerful than carbon credits, which is currently being hyped in the crypto space. So, to get back.
Can you open that big picture you shared?
This one?
Let's just see who's part of this initiative.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I wanted to go into South Pole Global here. As you can see, and this is a video on YouTube, by the way, this was when South Pole Global started this initiative. That was last year. And you can see that even Vera, which is well known, of course, for the carbon credits and the gold standard, are part of this ecosystem. South Pole Global is really huge.
Yeah, we had a partnership with this Energy Peace Partners too for Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I see a REBA there, a renewable energy buyers. They are our advisors, I think, for EnergyWeb. Nice Coca-Cola too. Google, Mitsubishi, nice, some big names.
Yeah, this is really big names. And you can see here, this is the DREC ecosystem of partners. This was actually already last year. These are actual partners. So corporate buyers include Mitsubishi Corporation, Microsoft, Google, Sony, Heineken, Coca-Cola. I saw a joke being made a few days back, I think, in the EnergyWeb unofficial channel about Heineken joining EnergyWeb. They already did. They already purchased DREC via the DREC ecosystem from South Pole Global, which is based on EnergyWeb. So they're already part of EnergyWeb. At least they're using the services built on EnergyWeb. So I believe that this is really, really cool. UNDP is also part of it, World Economic Forum. People have strong opinions about these guys, I know. But it's always good to have this type of backing. I mean, they are very powerful. So whatever you believe about them, it's a good backing to have in such an ecosystem.
Are they evil?
Well, I don't want to go into that discussion.
Just joking.
I think we'll derive from renewable energy certificates very soon, Dan, and that will not be to the benefit of this discussion. Let me put it like that. I don't know, but that's my opinion on it. As you can see, EnergyWeb is a part of that. I made the connections here in this thread that I wrote. It explains further how it ties in. And this is not the only thing that is being built on top of Southpole Global's DREC platform. They have several things that they're building with EnergyWeb technology. On the one hand, they are building a DREC platform. They're building something to electrify health facilities in Africa and monetize these DRECs. So as I mentioned, you can then, as a homeowner, if you have solar panels, sell these certificates to other people. And they're also building a commercial platform on top of the other two, the first two things that I mentioned, the platform for DREC certificates in Africa and monetizing these, but also the platform in itself to trade these certificates. And they're building a commercial platform on top of that to mobilize new capital. So they're also trying to attract capital to invest in these renewable energy certificate solutions, which require these decentralized energy assets.
Yeah,
And we've now gotten to stage 2. Yeah.
I think some days ago, a week or so, you updated this thread. I think you added a few more countries, African countries.
Yeah.
I'm
True.
right. Yeah. And just to add, the ENGIE, the French Energy Corporation, last year they started the staking pool to help. There were, I think, about 10 or more African nations that were benefiting from the partnership of ENGIE and EnergyWeb.
Oh wow, that's quite a lot already.
Yeah, you can find it on the ENGIE website for everyone who wants to learn more.
Okay, nice. That's great to hear. Very interesting. And yes, Okra Solar is a company that is utilizing the DREC initiative. I made this LinkedIn account for it, by the way, to spy a little bit on these other companies. Only Gato. My pronouns are Gator, Gatorade, by the way. This is from Investigator.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm following this page, and this is the DREC initiative. What you can see there is which countries they're active in and what progress they've made. And Okra Solar, I think it's somewhere in these announcements that they participate with the DREC initiative. And there was one really big announcement. I think it was at one of these large events a short time ago. I'll have to look it up. They have the Energy Access and Access Foundation as part of their work as well. They're working in Rwanda, trying to secure locations there. These are some of the highlights in this post that they had last year. But what I wanted to show you guys is that at the COP27 event, they actually partnered with this huge organization, Process Group. And that's what I wanted to share. So Process Group, I don't know if you guys know it, but it's actually huge. Possibly and probably you know it. You know it beforehand, Ardian or Anil?
No, I don't know it.
No, I didn't know.
No, you didn't? Okay. So Process is a global investment group, and they invested in social gaming sectors, payments, fintech, etc. They're, I think, one of the largest. Yeah, they're the largest consumer internet company in Europe by asset value, and they have got nearly 16,000 employees and I think billions worth of assets.
The first 30%, they own 30% of Tencent or what?
Yes, they're best known for its investments in Tencent.
I know this company.
Share. Yes.
I know this company, but nothing related with the energy. I know them from the gaming sector because their relation with the Tencent. Wow, this is amazing, actually.
Yeah, so Process actually supports the DREC initiative, and the DREC initiative, like I just mentioned, that is this ecosystem, and that is now supported by Process. So that is what this was 2 months ago, and they're coming together with Southpole Global to facilitate this in India and South Africa, finance these distributed renewable energy projects for DREC certificates in South Africa and in India. So even though India might not yet be covered in here, I just had India earlier.
No, go below. Yeah, India. Yeah.
Yeah, EnergyWeb was.
But it's also in Africa, right? And Haiti and such. And Nigeria, I saw there as well.
Yeah, it's on a lot of African nations, but also in India. We had a lot of connection with India and with China. Actually,
By the way,
yeah.
we should color up the all Europe, by the way. Yes,
have,
Germany.
no, we have the entire European Union
Yes.
collabing with Energy Web for a few projects actually. But China,
Yeah.
I have some great news from China. I did a thread some time ago. I can share it here with you with the chat. On China, Energy Web has entered the China market through. This is speculative. But through the government of China, the CCP, and they did a book. The Rocky Mountain Institute did a book for China named Reinventing Fire. It was a China program, and this book led to the first 5 year. No, wait. Let me read it right. 13 5-year plan, and the president of China mentioned energy plus internet strategy. And on 2015, he mentioned it in front of the United Nations that the world needs an energy internet. And digging a little bit down, I found that Energy Web actually is helping with a lot of citizen China. Here I will read just how many. There are
Should I go to certain piece of this? Sorry. Should I go to a certain piece of this thread or?
Did you open the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did.
Just go a little bit down.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. Just go. I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
This is John Christ. He funded the Energy Web, and he is really bullish on blockchain. I'm sorry. Go a little bit more down. Yeah, he had a podcast with this Dr. Ting Li, and he mentioned here that the China partnership. Go a little bit more. Yeah. Li Ting is also connected to Rocky Mountain Institute. Just a little bit more. You will see a page here. The first picture.
This one? Yes.
Yeah, this one. Here it mentions 100 nation low carbon pilot cities, 80 national low carbon industry parks, 1,000 community pilots. This is by the year 2020. So 2 years ago. China is going big on green energy and connecting it to blockchain, and they even made it a national plan, dropping some big blueprints on how to connect blockchain to their economy. And they mentioned that they are doing the renewable energy certification with blockchain. It was on this Meshayan project.
Awesome. Yeah, I was really impressed when I read this thread of yours, to be honest. There's a lot of different connections between RMI and China. RMI in itself has been in the news lately regarding this gas stove kind of thing, right? They want to ban these or limit these. But anyway, I think it shows RMI's influence in the world. I mean, the fact that they advise the White House and that they have such an influence in China as well, where normally these two countries contradict. There's very little companies are as big as RMI is in both countries, and you clearly showed how these two are connected. And the fact that Rocky Mountain Institute is a founding or father, so to say, of Energy Web, and the fact that every solution in the past, I don't know, 2 years or so, that we thought was connected to Energy Web was connected to Energy Web. I mean, let's take, for example, SABA, the Sustainable Aviation Fuel Buyers Alliance. That was tied to Energy Web. We knew it before it was published. In the beginning, they didn't mention anything about blockchain on the website and the SABA corporation. And then all of a sudden, they announced it a few months later. We saw it happen with the TRG quoten, the TRG certificates. I mean, these greenhouse certificates and platforms that they want to build, they wanted to use a blockchain for that. We will see that on EnergyWeb because we've seen several indicators going in that direction. And now the same thing is happening presently as well with, what was that again? Do you guys?
VP3.
Yes, the
Yeah,
virtual power plants. Yes, exactly.
on 2017, I think, the
Mhm.
State Grid Corporation of China, the EV State Grid, the biggest company on China. It's a state, like a state corporation, and actually I think it's the third largest world company.
Yeah.
Partnered with EnergyWeb to build the EV service for EV grid for China. So yeah,
Yeah.
EnergyWeb is really connected
Crazy.
to.
So we covered lots of things on renewable energy certificates and how the EnergyWeb tech stack is utilizing this, I believe, today. And if you are an investor interested in Web3, crypto, or renewable energy, what does this all mean for you, right? That's the crucial part, I believe. And all of these certificates related applications or businesses will use the EnergyWeb's Greenproof solution and pay for that actually in fiat. So with the EWX, these payments directly flow into EWT and stake. This is the one thing. And other than that, companies will pay in fiat to nodes to verify their interactions or transactions on chain, like gas fees on the Ethereum. If you want a part of this with running nodes within the EnergyWeb, you have to stake your EWT consistently on the green staking pool right now and be eligible to participate in this ecosystem. With proof of snapshots, your DID will get the specific verifiable credential by staking, and this will allow you to run nodes on the green proofs. And this is actually ties everything with the investor side, the adoption side, tech side, I believe. What are you guys thinking on that? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think EnergyWeb has mentioned it for past year or for past 2 years. I think I'm not sure of this. The how excited they are to launch the EnergyWeb X, the relay chain on Polkadot, and I think this will scale everything up, and the relay chain will help bring green proofs as Gator mentioned it on the beginning, and green proof is the standard, and it will be the standard for all digital IDs, digital passports from every corporation, every company that has different DIDs. They can join on the relay chain and launch everything without needing to connect or change anything to connect with the other companies. And I think this will be the starting point for the mass adoption of EnergyWeb once we have EnergyWeb relay chain.
I don't know, Jeroen, by the way. I am answering the chat. Jimmy Tuleski wants to participate in the session.
Yeah, sure.
Can we do that? I don't know. Let me check.
You can only mute him, but he can unmute himself, if I'm correct.
Here, I will mute and unmute him, and he can unmute right away.
Okay.
Okay.
Try to unmute yourself, Jimmy.
He is now able to speak, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I believe so. Jimmy, can you hear us? No.
I could only hear him for a second. For a brief moment, I saw some
Yeah,
sound.
I can. His profile picture is turning green, but I can't hear anything. Let me try again. Mic connected. Yeah, check your mic. Maybe you have some mic problems.
And can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thanks very much for giving me the mic. First of all, thank you for this for holding on this event. Very great initiative, and really happy to be here. One thing to the last point mentioned by Neo about the consensus relay chain connected to Polkadot. I spoke with Gavin on latest on recent Sub-Zero event on Polkadot Sub-Zero event when he was there, and I asked him what is the ATA for development of secondary relay chains on Polkadot. So he said that this should be available around 2024, not earlier. So we have to be aware that even if potential relay chain will
just wait, Jimmy. You talked with Gavin and he gave that info, right?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Cool one.
I went there.
Info is not cool, but yeah.
I went there, and when I saw him, that was the main point. I wanted to speak with him about because I know he was in the recent event in Lugano with that Hesse. So I wanted to ask him about some updates when this will be technically possible. So he said that so the second-rate relay chains will not be here before 2024 because it's connected with asynchronous backing on the Polkadot relay chain. Because there are some technical things to overcome regarding the block confirmation time between secondary relay chain and the Polkadot relay chain, because he said that at this stage of development the block time can be longer, even like block confirmation time for the secondary relay chain can be even longer than parachains, which is now 12 seconds. So the first is asynchronous backing, and then after asynchronous backing, there will be focusing on developing the tech stack for the secondary relay chains.
Delays are expected in my side, actually.
For me, it changed a little bit. Polkadot last year in 2022, they released a roadmap roundup, and they mentioned parathreads, next generation scheduling, and it was expected to finish on Q1 or Q2 2023. So this year, I'm not sure. Maybe.
But with this
I'm
market
surprised.
crash, every delay is possible, I believe. And 2024 is maybe the right target for us. I don't know.
Another big corporation we forgot here for green proofs. We had some connections, and actually, it was mentioned. I think Gator, if I'm not right, if I'm not wrong, where BlackRock,
Oh yes, we forgot the black rat. What a luxury.
the Behemoth Corporation, they mentioned, or what was the story there, Gator? That they will be purchasing green proofs out of Energy Web.
Yes. Most of you guys know that Energy Web was endorsed by BlackRock in a publication that they said they would keep a close eye on what Energy Web is doing. That was with regard to the green proofs for the blockchain industry and for Bitcoin specifically. This news was not the only news there was, because it's not just observing Energy Web. And if you see, Neo is just sharing the screen presently about that. But it's also, I found something else, and this ties into what. Oh, am I still here, by the way?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I misclicked something. This also ties into what Energy Web is doing with the RMI Saba industry. So I see the link is already clicked and shown now on the screen. RMI and Saba, they've worked with sustainable aviation fuels like Shell is doing with Energy Web as well. And what I found out is that BlackRock is already thinking of buying these certificates from Energy Web, or actually from RMI. And that was published a while ago. I wrote about it as well I will look up the thread that I wrote about that and share it in the channel here, in the Discord channel. But it was shown that BlackRock is purchasing sustainable aviation fuel for its employees when they take a flight. So that was pretty cool. Most people don't know this, I believe, but EnergyWeb and sustainable aviation fuel, they already have really, really large clients. So it's not related to the renewable energy sector, but it is related to green certificates. Sorry, the renewable energy certificate sector, I meant. But it is related to green certificates, of course. And
Yeah,
that
so-
is what you...
This
Yeah.
SABA fueling, it's verified by Greenproof, right? On the Energy Web X, the relay
Yes.
chain.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could see when Neo opened the article from BlackRock, when he pressed the mention,
Link.
it was opening a Medium page from Energy Web, so it was linking the Energy Web Medium page directly.
Cool. Yeah, indeed.
Amazing.
That is really cool. Just found the thread that I wrote about that. Maybe that can give some extra context, because it was not just BlackRock, right? We're talking about green proofs here for way more than that. And with way more than that, I mean Netflix, I mean Salesforce. What other names were there? I'll share my screen briefly to show you guys. So it's PwC, Visa, Airbus, KLM, the Dutch flights, Rolls-Royce, Cura and Nagel, Honeywell, BP, and many more. So there's about 60 multinationals that will use the SAFC certificates and purchase these via the Clean Skies for Tomorrow initiative. And I wrote a whole report about that. Boeing is a part of that. Deloitte is a part of it. JP Morgan is.
Facebook.
Microsoft, Meta, Facebook, yes, Bank of America, and the McKinsey company as well, and tech support from EnergyWeb. This is a fact already, right? And EnergyWeb is the furthest along in this SAF solution. So I wrote it out here in the full thread. I won't go through it completely, but if you're interested in reading it, I suggest looking it up via my profile, or I'll share it here in my thread in my chat here as well. So yeah, that's really cool.
Gator, we can say that EnergyWeb's adoption is spreading one by one, actually, on country level and even on continent level. Adoption is happening right now, and I believe after EWX we will dive on this.
Sorry, I lost connection for a second from you. Can you repeat that?
After the EWX, I believe we will see most precise tokenomics on these solutions.
Yeah, as
Every
Neo mentioned,
every projects and partnerships will provide demand and use cases for your EnergyWeb tokens. So it's a great deal and done deal, of course.
yeah, as
Yes,
Neo
I believe
mentioned,
so too.
it has country level adoption and also continent level. Yeah, Australia is actually has adopted the Energy Web, and they will launch Energy Web on the Edge project and the Symphony project. I don't know if we have time to go on that one today, but yeah, we can go on those projects next time maybe. Here I will
Yes.
share a list of all the countries. Maybe one or two have changed or are not yet like official, but I just shared all the names that are connected to national corporations of these countries. So we have Germany, France, Austria, Norway, Switzerland, Spain. Spain, we have Barcelona, the Electra Caldenese. They are already partnered with EnergyWeb. You have all of the biggest corporations on United Kingdom. A few countries, a few corporations on USA and the White House, and many more. You can read the list over there.
Okay, someone should stop Ardian. He's getting overhyped again.
He's not the only one every now
I have
and then.
Dragon open, man.
Okay, I do think that we should be wrapping up a little bit. We intend to keep these sessions about 1 hour in order to not put too much strain on someone's time and so that people can listen to it easily. Just one thing to wrap it up, because there's several topics that have not been discussed that are still tying into the rack sector. The BeanX announcement that we saw a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, is also tying into the renewable energy sector, a certificate sector. And I still have some countries to fill in here in this overview. I will fill this up with every country that has renewable energy certificate solutions by EnergyWeb, powered by EnergyWeb being implemented. I will download it and share it on my Twitter profile after this session. I believe that there's many more that we can talk about and share, but like we mentioned, we want to keep it kind of brief, between 30 minutes and an hour, and we easily talk more than that. So just to wrap it up, the renewable energy sector is something that EnergyWeb is really active in, the renewable energy certificate sector specifically. A lot of different partners are building solutions for that specifically on top of this. It ties into energy attribute certificates as well, and the guarantees of origin. These are more or less the same. And we also saw the non-fossil fuel certificates being used by the JEPX, JEPX, I don't know how you pronounce it, the Japanese exchange.
Yeah. Grid operator.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot of adoption happening on that side, and renewable energy assets are being used to generate these certificates. For these energy assets to be identified, they need to get a digital identity, and they need to get verifiable credentials to participate in the net, in the electricity grid. So all of this is now coming together, in my opinion. The energy assets being registered by using DIDs and VCs, verifiable credentials, the renewable energy certificates being generated by these assets and being sold on marketplaces, and all of that is coming together. And that is, in my opinion, beautiful to see. The question then is, what will this do for the token utility? Because as an investor, that's what I care about as well, and I know that most of you here do. So maybe that's something that we can go into in another session. What do you guys think?
I'm in it for the tech.
Yeah, of course. I actually already say some words on this, and I believe the idea and verifiable credential infrastructure will be opens up the gate for the investors integrate with the tech, the ecosystem. I'm bullish on it. What can I say?
Yeah, same here actually, and especially regarding the staking and the stuff that is going to come with the relay chain at some point, right? I mean, that will require EnergyWeb tokens to be locked up, and I very much count on the network effect, Metcalfe's law, and there was a follow-up on that law, but it basically means the power of the network. The bigger the network is, the more value it has. And the biggest example that was given there in the past was that for phone network. If you have a phone and you're the only person in the world having a phone, then it has no value because you can't call anyone with it. If two people have a phone, you can already call someone, so the network effect is already a little bit bigger. And when 10 people have a phone, it's even bigger, and 100 even bigger, etc. So the value of the network is what drives the price in this case, in my opinion. That goes for a lot of different utility projects in the crypto space. But having said that, you can't invest in that network alone. In this case, you can invest in the company infrastructure facilitating this network of connected devices and the start of the economy of things as I see it for the future. So I think that these renewable energy certificates and all kinds of other things that EnergyWeb is doing will tie into that.
Yeah, great approach.
Yeah, agreed. And
totally agree with you.
Yeah, and the way the way how EnergyWeb is approaching this mass adoption is quite unique from other corporations, because EnergyWeb is going from top to bottom. It's just reaching the highest level of adoption they can, and then everything else under that partnership is going to come.
Yeah, next thing is creating a business value on this certificates and trading on blockchain and other stuff.
All this partnership, as last MA on EnergyWeb, Jesse mentioned that they are planning to close as much pilot projects and just go to production this year, 2023. So yeah, I'm pretty excited on that.
Yeah, great.
Me too. If they follow up on that, I'm really happy with that. And I do believe that there is multiple things in the pipeline. Some things were already long past the pilot session. So I believe that some things are in production, some things are ready, and all of this is going to come together really soon. So thanks for your attention today, guys. Thanks for participating, Neo. Thanks for participating, Ardian, and for all your great input. I really enjoyed this first session. I think it went a lot better than the previous 2 test sessions that we did via Twitter Spaces. Thank you all also for coming. I saw about 24, 25 people in here maximum at one time. I'm grateful for that as well. If you want to speak in these sessions, let me know, or let Ardian or Neo know, and we will let you speak. You can say that via the chat if you want to participate. And yeah, hopefully see you next time, next week.
Yeah,
Next time, but guys,
Thank you.
that was a great session, and see you, everyone. Have a nice.
Yes, I agree.
Have a
Thank
nice
you,
day.
Neo.
thank you, everyone. Good
Bye-bye.
night.